Hi, I'm Melissa. Welcome to Gentle Yoga and Wellness. Please make sure to subscribe so I can continue to post 3 new yoga videos each week. Today, I have a gentle yoga class for seniors and beginners. Throughout the class, I'll be showing different levels of modification. So please make sure to listen to your body and do what feels right for you today. If you have a block handy, it would be helpful to use a yoga block in this practice. If you don't have a yoga block, don't worry. You can do this entire practice without any props. All right, let's get started. You can sit in Sukhasana or easy pose, sitting cross-legged just like I'm sitting right now. If this position is not comfortable for your body, you're welcome to sit in another way that feels good. Make sure that your sit bones are rooted into the earth. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, and sit up tall. Lengthen through the crown of your head. On your next inhale, start to take both of your arms up to the sky. Spread your fingertips out wide, and then as you exhale, cactus open your arms and take your gaze slightly up. We'll do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus open your arms. Good. Let's continue to flow with our breath. Deep breath in, reach the fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Inhale and rise. Exhale, open through the chest. We'll do that 2 more times. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, let it go. Good. 1 more time. Reach the fingertips up. And then exhale, squeeze the shoulders together. Nice job. You can relax your arms down. From here, take your right hand down to your mat, so just close to your hips. Reach overhead with your left hand. Come into a side body stretch. So you can come into just a little bit of a stretch, or if you'd like to take this deeper, you can really reach through with that left arm. You'll feel the stretch in the side of your body. So let's pause here for a moment and just breathe into this stretch. Good. Take 1 more inhale, and then as you exhale, relax both of your hands down to your thighs. We'll do a few shoulder shrugs here. So take your shoulders up, back, and down. And then do that again. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Just continue this movement with your shoulders. So we're relaxing and releasing the shoulders. Good. Let's do that 1 more time. Take the shoulders up, back, and down. From here, begin to take your left hand down to your mat, close to your hips. This time we'll reach our right arm overhead. Come into that side body stretch. So again, it can just be a little stretch, or you can really reach through with the right arm and make it a deeper stretch. Listen to your body. Just notice what's feeling good for you today. You should feel the stretch right along the side of your body. Good. Find your breath. Let's pause here for a moment. Take 1 more inhale, and then as you exhale, relax both of your arms down. From here, you can keep your right hand on the mat, close to your hips. Take your left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Sit up tall, and then slowly begin to rotate and take your gaze over to the right. We're coming into a seated spinal twist here. Good. Take 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, leave your left arm where it is, and then cross your right arm over. So that your arms are crossed in front of you. You can grab onto opposite knees or thighs. And then we're going to do a few seated cat-cows here. So on your next inhale, start to lift your chest and take your gaze slightly up. As you exhale, begin to round your back and take your gaze inward. Inhale and rise, lift through the chest. Exhale, slowly round through the back. Do that 2 more times. Deep breath in and rise. Exhale, hollow out the belly, round the back. Good, 1 more time. Deep breath in, lift your chest, gaze comes up. Exhale, round through the back. And start to return to a neutral spine. From here, we're going to take our left hand down by our hips. So just take your left hand on the mat. And then we're going to come into that seated spinal twist now on the opposite side. So sit up tall. And then start to rotate and take your gaze over to the left. Good, take 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, you can start to cross your arms in front of you, so just like we did before. And you can hold on to your opposite knees or your opposite thighs, whatever feels good in your body. And we'll do a few seated cat-cows here. So on your next inhale, start to lift your chest and take your gaze up to the ceiling. As you exhale, round through the back, take your gaze inward. Inhale and rise. Exhale, slowly round through the back. Do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Exhale and release. Good. Inhale, lift through the chest. Take your gaze up. Exhale, round through the back. Nice job. You can sit up tall. You can release your hands, so just bring your hands back down to your thighs. And then from here, we're going to start to come into a seated forward fold. So it looks like this. You can bring your hands in front of you and start to slowly hinge forward from your waist. I want to make sure that you're listening to your body here. So if you're feeling any pain or discomfort, especially in the low back, then you can just start to sit back up. If this feels good in your body, slowly start to hinge forward. Option here to stack your forearms on top of each other and then relax your forehead down on top of your arms. Once you're ready, slowly begin to rise. You can straighten your arms if you're not there already, and then come up to a neutral spine. From here, begin to thread your legs behind you. Come into tabletop position. So you want to come onto your hands and onto your knees. And in this position, just take a moment, make sure your knees are stacked under your hips, and then make sure your wrists are stacked under your shoulders. And spread your fingertips out wide, and then take your gaze in front of you. From here, start to gently sway your hips from side to side. So we're just gently warming up through the spine. You can add some shoulders here, so you can gently sway your shoulders from side to side. You can add some head movement. Just start to move in an organic way that feels good to your body today. Starting to warm up through the body. Once you're ready, find stillness here. Take your knees wide out to the sides of your mat. Reach your fingertips to the top of the mat. Come into child's pose. You're welcome to use a block underneath your forehead if your forehead is not reaching all the way down to the mat. Slowly begin to rise. You can set your block off to the side if you're using a block. You're going to come up into high plank pose. So for high plank pose, you'll want to curl your toes under and straighten your legs behind you. Good. Option to stay down on your knees here. This is a great option as well. If you do want some more challenge and you want some more abdominal engagement, you can lift those legs. Good. Think about engaging your abdominals and core. Gently push your head back like you're pushing into a headboard. It'll help you to get into good spinal alignment. Let's just breathe here for a moment. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bend your knees if you're not there already. Bend your elbows and lower yourself so that you're lying on your mat. So you're lying on your stomach. From here, interlace your legs together. So squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your thighs and your calves. We're going to come into locust pose. So for locust pose, you can interlace your hands behind your back. We'll start by squeezing the shoulder blades together and lifting the upper body. You're welcome to stay right here. Or for a little bit more challenge, you can lift the legs off of the mat as well. So you're lifting the upper body and the lower body at the same time. Good, take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, you can push yourself back up to tabletop position. Good. From tabletop position, just take a moment, make sure your knees are stacked under your hips, and make sure your wrists are stacked under your shoulders. Spread your fingertips out wide, and we're going to do a few cat-cows here. So on your next inhale, start to take your gaze slightly up and lift your chest. As you exhale, round through the back. Good. Inhale and rise. Exhale, hollow out the belly, round through the back. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest. Exhale, round through the back. Inhale and rise for cow pose. Exhale, release, come to cat pose. Do that one more time. Inhale and rise. Exhale and release. Good. You can come to a neutral spine. Just come back to tabletop position. And from tabletop pose, we're going to come into spinal balance. So it looks like this. You can start by lifting your right leg off of the mat and push through the heel of your right foot. You're welcome to stay right here with one leg lifted, or for a little bit more challenge, you can reach your opposite arm forward. So you're lifting through your right leg and your left arm. We're really working on strength and balance here. Good, just find your breath. Take one more inhale, and then as you exhale, lower your knee and your hand back down to the mat. Let's take a couple moments here and just gently sway the hips from side to side. Move the shoulders and the head. Find that organic movement that feels good in your body. Once you feel complete, you can pause here. We'll come to spinal balance now on the opposite side. So start to lift your left leg this time off the mat. Push through the heel of your left foot. Again, you're welcome to stay right here with one leg lifted, or for a little bit more challenge, you can lift your right arm off of the mat. So opposite arm, opposite leg. We're working on that strength and balance, really engaging the core, the back, and the glutes. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, lower your hand and your knee back down to the mat. One more time, you can gently sway your hips from side to side. Gently sway the shoulders. You can move the head. Once you feel complete, you can pause here for a moment. We're going to start to rotate to face the long end of the mat. So we're going to come into side plank pose. For side plank pose, you'll take your left knee down to the mat, extend your right leg off to the side. Use your arm as a kickstand or a support underneath you. So you might need to move around a little bit so you feel supported by your left hand and arm. Take your right arm overhead so that your bicep comes close to your ear. You're going to reach through your right arm to feel a nice stretch throughout the side of your body. Good. So in this pose, we're working on balance, abdominal strength, and then we're also getting a really nice side body stretch here as well. Good. Just breathe here for a moment. Take one more inhale, and then as you exhale, you can release down and just come onto your knees. Start to curl your toes underneath you and sit back on your heels. We're coming into toe squat. You know how much I love toe squat. Such a good stretch for your fascia. It'll stretch all the way from your feet up through your legs. And this one is a really good stretch if you're wanting to increase your flexibility. In the stretch, let's roll our shoulders back. Start to take your gaze over to the right. Just pause here for a moment. And then slowly rotate your head and take your gaze over to the left. Good. You can take your gaze back to center. We'll come now to side plank on the opposite side. So start to extend your left leg this time. You can stay on the knee of your right leg. We're just switching sides, and then this time use your right hand as a support underneath your body. So you can move your arm around till you feel supported. Take your left arm overhead. Bring that left bicep close to your ear. Good. Again, working on balance, abdominal strength, and then also getting that really nice side body stretch in here too. Take a couple breaths. Good. You can slowly release and come back down to your knees. This time we're going to come into hero's pose. So you can uncurl your toes and just sit back on your heels. If you have a block, you're welcome to use your block on the lowest setting, and you'll just place this block underneath your sit bones. Well, that'll take a little bit of pressure off of your legs. Good. Again, let's roll the shoulders back and sit up tall. Take your hands to prayer center. Let's take a moment here and just breathe into this hero's pose. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And then take a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Do that again. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Good. Once more, deep breath in. And then exhale, slowly release. Good. And release your hands, grab your block and place it off to the side. We're going to use that block here in just a moment. So keep it close. Rotate onto your backside. Keep your knees bent and then reach your hands in front of you. We're gonna lower ourselves slowly down to our mat. So you can take your gaze in front of you and then use your abdominals to very slowly lower yourself down to a lying position. Once you're lying on your mat, we're gonna come to happy baby pose. So for happy baby pose, lift your feet and take the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees deeply and grab onto your calves, your ankles, or the inside soles of your feet. So in either position, you'll want to start to pull your legs a little bit closer to your chest. In the stretch, you should feel a nice opening in the hips and the inner thighs. If you'd like, you can add that gentle rock from side to side in your happy baby pose. Good. Once you feel complete, you can release your hands from your feet. Take your knees down, but keep your knees bent. Hug your knees into your chest. One more time, we're gonna rock from side to side and just give yourself a little low back massage. So you can move from side to side. You can move in a figure 8 pattern. Just start to move in a way that feels good for your body. Once you feel complete, find stillness here. Lower the soles of your feet down to the earth. You can release your hands and keep your knees bent. Coming now to supported bridge pose. So if you have your block handy, go ahead and grab your block. You want to place your block on the lowest setting. Start to lift your hips off the mat and then put your block underneath your hips. So they're just supporting, the block's supporting your sacrum, which is that bony part that's right underneath your low back. And you might need to move it around a little bit until you feel nice and supported. If you're not using a block today, you can just stay with your low back on the mat. Start to rotate the palms of your hands up to the ceiling. Gently roll your shoulder blades underneath your body. So we're starting to open our chest here in the supported bridge pose. So you're welcome to stay right here in supported bridge, or if you'd like to add a little bit more challenge, you'd start to come into legs up the wall pose. So for legs up the wall pose, one at a time, you'll lift your leg off of the mat. Take the sole of your foot up to the ceiling. Good, so both of your feet now are lifted off of the mat, and the soles of your feet are facing up to the ceiling. Some people do this legs up the wall pose right against a wall. That's a great option. But if you have a block, you can also do it this way. Good, let's stay here for a few moments. Just breathe. This pose is a really relaxing pose. I also feel a good stretch in my hamstrings in this pose. Good. Let's take one more inhale. And as you exhale, one at a time, very slowly start to bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet back down to your mat. We're going to do our Shavasana pose in supported bridge today. So we'll stay with this block underneath our sacrum. If you'd prefer to do a lying Shavasana, you're welcome to transition into a lying Shavasana. That's fine as well. Once you feel comfortable in either a supported bridge or a lying shavasana, close your eyes and start to bring your focus and your awareness to your breath. In our shavasana today, we'll be working with a mantra. So a mantra is a word or phrase that helps us bring our attention and focus to the present moment. So as you inhale, I want you to think of the word deep in your mind. And as you exhale, I want you to think about the word peace in your mind. So inhale, deep. Exhale, peace. Inhale, deep. Exhale, peace. So continue like this, inhaling to deep, exhaling to peace. And continue to focus on this mantra as you breathe in and out. We'll stay here for 3 more cycles of breath. Once more, inhale deep. Exhale, peace. Slowly start to bring some movement to your hands and your feet. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Start to open your eyes. And then if you're using a block, you can lift your hip and place your block off to the side. Slowly lower your hips down to the mat. Start to extend both your legs out long and point through your toes. Reach your arms overhead, or reach through the fingertips and come into a full body stretch. So think about reaching through the fingers and the toes. Lengthen and extend through your entire body. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, relax your arms and legs. Start to rock onto one side. Use your hand to push yourself up and come to a seated position. Begin to take your hands to prayer center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope to see you soon. Namaste.